Hello, I'm Christy Woodford, principal of Alliance High School. Today we will recognize our Pathfinder Award recipients for 2021. As part of our Black History Month celebrations at the high school and middle school, we recognize Pathfinders in our community. Pathfinders are people who have made significant contributions to the Alliance area for Black and minority students. The Pathfinders Awards originated in 2017 to recognize individuals who have been trailblazers to success in 5 different areas. The 5 areas of recognition are education, citizenship and government, arts and science, humanitarianism, and business. The individuals selected will be recognized today for finding or creating a path of success for our students to follow. All recipients of the Pathfinder Award are either alumni who have been an inspiration to minorities in one of these areas or non-alumni who have been an inspiration locally.
Joseph A. Zalesko graduated from Alliance High School in 1951. He attended Mount Union College and graduated in 1955 with a bachelor's degree in history and a minor in chemistry. He graduated with a master's degree in history from the John Carroll University in 1957. He has also attended Ohio Wesleyan University, the University of Detroit, and Holy Cross College in Massachusetts. Mr. Zalesko taught U.S. history and chemistry at the Alliance High School for 44 years, from 1956 to 2000. He was the chairman for the Social Studies Department from 1970 to 2000. He also served as an adjunct professor at Mount Union from 2000 to 2017. Mr. Zalesko has been a member of many organizations, including being the class patron for the AHS class of 1967, chairing the Alliance Bicentennial Committee in 1976, being a member of the Alliance Historical Society Board of Directors since 1980, and serving as president from 1980 to 2001, being a member of the AHS Foundation since 1975 and vice president of the foundation since 1990. And being a member of the board of directors for the Castle Crusaders. Over the years, he has had a number of achievements and accolades, including being a recipient of the Alliance Mayor's Award in 1977, receiving the Alliance Chamber of Commerce Carnation Ambassador Award in 1977, being voted twice as the AHS Teacher of the Year, and receiving the Alliance Citizen of the Year Award in 2001. Mr. Zalesko has been married to his wife Carol since 1955. They have 2 sons, Greg and Scott, 3 grandsons, 1 granddaughter, and 1 great-granddaughter.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm very honored to receive this reward and was very surprised to hear about it. And I would like to simply offer a few comments. And when I thought about this, you may or may not know, I taught 44 years at Alliance High School. And in thinking about what's happening today, I thought I'd like to share with you some things about what Alliance High School means to me and to the community, and some things I'd like to think about. And as I thought about this, I thought there was a time when we used to talk about the old high school on Broadway and the new high school. And it seems to me there is no old or new Alliance High School. Alliance High School is something special. It's not buildings, it's people. All of us here, all of us who have been students at Alliance High School make this up. And I thought about it, the thousands of students who have gone through. And I thought back some time ago, I was having some surgery at the Alliance Hospital. And I looked up and the surgeon was a student of mine. And first thing I thought was, I hope he got an A in class. And I looked around and the nurses were graduates of Alliance High School. And to me, I thought there was not a single thing that I could think of in the community that was not in some way related to Alliance High School. My dentist, my optometrist, there were lawyers and stockbrokers, there were teachers, there were professional athletes. We've got athletes in the National Football Hall of Fame, people who have played in, we had a CEO of a company who gave $1 million to Duke University, superintendents of school. And as a matter right now, 2 members of the Board of Education, Mrs. Ailes is one of them, and they were Alliance graduates. And so what I'm saying is, I could not think of a single thing in my life that didn't involve a student or somebody who came from Alliance High School. And when I thought about it, I also thought about I had a student who was in prison. I had a student who had overdosed. There were people who had been arrested and people who were looking on the other side of life. And so, what I'm saying is, I'd like you to think about this. What's the difference? What's the difference? They both went to Alliance High School. They went down different paths. They got to different destinations, if you want. And so, what I'm saying is, what I found out that it isn't the school, it's you. It's what you do while you're here at Alliance High School. Okay? Alliance High School offers you great opportunities. You can study almost anything you want at Alliance High School. And there are people here who are willing to help you. And so I guess what I'm saying to you is uh, juniors, seniors, freshmen, sophomores, as you go down your path to uh, Alliance High School and the end of the high school, you're going to get a diploma, okay? And sometime along the way, you're going to have special assemblies awarding you various things. And notice what doesn't happen. You will not have an assembly that will award you for the most truancies in a semester, most hours sleeping in class, most detentions in a career, okay? Most excuses for not passing a test. What I'm saying is, it's up to you. And please take advantage of what is here. Almost any field you want to get into. I might mention this to you, by the way. Uh, I talked to one of the guidance counselors, and applications are now being taken for seniors and any scholarships. And I'm on the scholarship committee of the Alliance High School Foundation. And just this week, we appropriated over $100,000 to be shared by Alliance students who want to study. And we're not just talking about college degrees, technical degrees, 2-year colleges. Please take advantage of this. I think it's something like March 12th. They're due at Alliance High School to the council. So please do take advantage of this. And so all I'm saying is, thank you for this honor this morning. But please spend your time at Alliance High School getting whatever you can, because once you achieve it, it can't be taken away from you. Okay. And what you do is going to determine how successful you will be. And I think you'll find this: Alliance High School will be part of your life, no matter where you go. And we always think of this, and I always think of this too. Uh, at the end of the alma mater, remember what it says. Raise your voices loud and praise her, for there are but few that are alliance that are like our alma mater. Hail the red and blue, and be careful out there. And thank you.
What would you say to inspire those who like want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, first of all, when you're looking for a career, find something you like to do, you want to do. Money is important. I'm not going to say that, don't be interested. But I think you should find something that every day when you get up and go to what you're going to do the rest of your life, do something you like to do. And I think there are so many different careers. For me, teaching was important because of the students I met. Hopefully, I made some impact. I helped them along the way. And at the end of the day, when you go home, you like to think, well, what did I accomplish today? Is it meaningful? Did I help someone, or did I hurt somebody? Or what I did, wasn't something that I should have done. But again, think about how you impact other people and what you could do to help other people. And in this day and age, you seniors, it's a difficult time in this time. It's not going to be like when I graduated. You're not going to have a senior prom. You're not going to have a graduation ceremony. Those things you're going to miss, but you're going to have to compensate. You're going to have to overcome those things because, it's a difficult time. And again, as I said, please be careful out there. Listen to what's happening.
Mildred E. Grimes Gurley is the daughter of Lionel and Doris Grimes Sr. She attended Alliance City Schools and graduated in the class of 1961. She attended Ohio State University. Ms. Gurley has been making an impact in young people's lives for a very long time through church, organizations, and schools, including Girls Assembly, a youth group for girls 12 through 18 under the Eastern Stars and Masons, and Men Making a Difference, readers at Alliance Elementary School. Mrs. Gurley has, along with some other mothers, worked to get junior and seniors involved in the HBCU college fairs in Warrensville Heights at their high school. She is a member of Starlight Chapter 83 OES Gladys Merrill Temple 1049 Elks. Her father, Lionel Bounce Grimes, was the first Afro-American policeman hired into the Alliance Police Department, and her uncle, Leon G. Grimes, was the second. Her mother, Doris Marshall Grimes, was one of the first Afro-Americans to graduate from Mount Union. She is very proud of her grandson for choosing to attend Mount Union, where he is a standout player on the Raiders winning basketball team. Mrs. Gurley has 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 11 great-grandchildren.
Morning. At first, I'd like to thank the Alliance School Pathfinders for this honor. I was born right here in Little Alliance. I graduated in 1961 from the old high school on Broadway. I attended Ohio State University, and upon returning, I went to work as an executive secretary at the old YMCA for the director there. I went on to move to the Ravenna Arsenal, and I worked there on one of the load lines doing particular work with the projectiles that we were sending out. I had to okay everything that went out to the government. Stayed there until the Kent State confliction, and then they closed the load lines down. Upon returning, I did go to work for Monarch Rubber, and I stayed there for almost 15 years. We moved it to Georgia, and after we closed it, I came home. From there, I stayed with the Holiday Inn on right here in Alliance until it closed. Well, until I retired, actually. It didn't close until later when it went with new owners. I was lucky enough to be part of the forming of the Mothers Club at the new high school. I have been a part of all the school activities with my children from Franklin School to Mount Union College. We formed a reading group at Rock Hill School. It was called Men Making a Difference. Students have always interacted with women, so we decided to give the men a chance. They came from various backgrounds, policemen, firemen, fathers, just anybody that was interested in coming to read to the children. And they really loved the men, and the men loved that. I found that working with the 2nd and 3rd graders and helping the teachers, I went in there to help them do their math, to qualify in math and reading. That was very rewarding. I did that until actually last year when all of this came up and we could no longer go into school. And I really, really miss that. The children are so inviting and they say whatever they want to say. So you learn to just listen to them. They have more to say than most people think. I am a member of the Canton Coalition Men's Association, and we work with fathers to help them interact more with their sons. Our Eastern Stars, which I am a member of, we sponsor a young ladies group. It's called Girls Assembly, and I've worked with that group for over 20 years. We started the program at Alliance High School when Mr. Talbot was there by taking our students, Black students, or any student that wanted to go to the HBC seminar that was held up in around the Cleveland area. This helps them learn about the HBC schools, what they offer, and that they have a chance to go to a and have a very good education and also interact more so than just staying in Mount or whatever, which I'm not knocking Mount Union or any of the other schools. But there are so many Black colleges that now have to stop because they don't have the attendance. My father and my uncle attended Morse Brown, and they enjoyed it there. They were very active, and they were also great athletes. My father and my uncle became the first and second Black police officer in Alliance, Ohio. Coming out of college, he went right in and did that, and then went on to do some other things. Starts with down in Sebring, where he developed for the pottery down there, the colors that they use in their plates. My family has demanded the best from us. At least we try. We produce doctors, teachers, government workers, engineers, and gifted athletes. I'm proud to say that I have 6 children, 3 girls and 3 boys, and I am blessed with grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Again, I thank you for this honor.
How did growing up in Alliance kind of influence? What kind of influence did that have on you?
Back when we grew up, we were on the other end of town. At that time, segregation was really still being used in Alliance. So we grew up with our own little town and our own little area. We interacted, of course, when we went to the high school, where we did not get to partake as being cheerleaders or anything like that. So we had our own little area. We went skating once a week on Mondays. It was a awakening, but I didn't realize it because it was the norm for us. Our friendships were developed there, and when we went on to the high school, we had the same group of friends. So once we went to the high school, it was a little different, but we still maintained our own individuality as going to the clubs. And as I said, at that time, they had a hangar. We had to stay in one corner and dance. So we really didn't feel any different because we were raised that way. We had friends and we did interact somewhat, but they pretty much kept us separated. Our clubs were separate and whatnot. Mm-hmm.
What advice do you have for like the kids growing up in Alliance today?
I think the first thing I would tell them was to do what you think you want to do. Sometimes it doesn't pay to listen to other people's ideas. They have a great time to go out and go to different colleges and to see the world where we didn't have that. We are going into different areas. We're meeting new friends. We're meeting new people. I'm hoping to see all these barriers come down and that we all come together.
Good morning. This is Mr. Russell, principal of Alliance Middle School. Each year in February, we take time to honor Pathfinders in our community. A Pathfinder is someone who has been a trailblazer in our schools and in our community in 5 different areas. The 5 areas include education, business, arts and sciences, citizenship, and humanitarianism. This normally happens at our annual Pathfinders Assembly. This year we will be celebrating and honoring Pathfinders from both AMS and AHS over the course of the next couple weeks on the morning announcements. I would like to thank Apollo Prince and Gianna Phillips for being our student presenters for the AMS Pathfinders this year.
Jocelyn Palmer Dabney is a storyteller, actress, and retired school librarian from Youngstown, Ohio. She has a Bachelor's of Science in Education, Speech, and Drama from Kent State University. She is the first African American to receive a master's degree in storytelling and reading from East Tennessee State University. She is the author of one-picture book, Nana Being Me. Miss Dabney grew up in Alliance, where she attended Franklin Elementary, Stanton Junior High, and Alliance High School. She is a 1972 graduate. While in school, she was active in band, drama, Future Teachers of America, French Club, and speech team. Upon graduating from Kent State, she was hired to be the librarian at Stanton Middle School. She then moved to Youngstown and became the librarian at the Rayen School, then finished up her career at East High. She was named the Rayen Teacher of the Year. Miss Dabney performed with her husband, Robert, who accompanied her with his inspired singing and lively drumming. They have presented programs and workshops for schools, libraries, universities, and conferences across the country. She has performed at the International Storytelling Festival in Jonesboro, Tennessee, as well as the International Reading Association Conference in New Orleans, Louisiana. She and Robert are charter members of the Cleveland Association of Black Storytellers, CABS, and members of the National Association of Black Storytellers, NABS. They are 2020 inductees into the NABS Brother Blue Circle of Elders. They were nominated for the honor by NABS co-founder and renowned storyteller Mama Linda Gus. They are also consultants and performers for Tools for Life of Hamilton, Ontario. Mrs. and Mr. Dabney attend the Rising Star Baptist Church. She is the director of the Creative Arts Ministry, and he is a deacon and praise leader.
I am so honored to be receiving the 2021 Pathfinder Award in Education. You never know where life is going to take you. When I graduated from Alliance High School in 1972, yes, I was the last class out of the old high school, I could have never imagined something like this happening to me. Thank you so much. My fellow aviators, would you like to impact thousands of lives? Become an educator. Would you like to be the person that makes a difference? Become an educator. Would you like to become the gift that keeps on giving? You got it. Become an educator. No matter what the profession, computer tech, nurse practitioner, lawyer, they all have one thing in common. Someone taught them. When I look back over my life, besides my mother, Donna Jean Palmer, it was the educators that made the impact on me. The principals, the teachers, my band directors, my speech coaches, they all poured into me to help shape me become the woman that I am today. My first grade teacher, Mrs. Alma Etheridge, she instilled in me a love of reading. My uncle, Kenneth Coney, and Mrs. Velma Lanier, they were African American educators at Franklin Elementary School. They were my role models. My Sunday school teacher, Mrs. Lucille Clayton, she encouraged me to know God better. And we can't forget my band directors, Mr. Doro, Mr. O'Donnell, and the great John Weitzel. They nourished my creativity and gave me discipline. My senior English teacher, Miss Hillman, she honed my writing skills. For you see, they really shaped my life in such a positive way. I was so fortunate to be able to combine my love of reading with my speech and drama skills to become a school librarian. My first job was at Stanton Middle School right there in Alliance. And then I moved here to Youngstown and became the librarian at B. Rayan School and then East High School. I can't tell you what joy I would feel when I would see a student read a book for the first time that made them really catch on fire. And I shared their frustrations when they would research and first with the old car catalog and then on with computers. It was very frustrating, but I was with them every step of the way. Or when I coached my students on the speech team, it was so fulfilling. Some of my former students include my pastor, Kenneth M. Donaldson, the current mayor of Youngstown, Ohio, Jamel Tito Brown, and Omarosa. Yes, the Omarosa. They all sat in my library. I can't tell you how happy I am whenever I see former students at the mall or at a restaurant, and they introduce me to their spouses and their children, and they say, "This is Mrs. Dabney. She was my librarian." It makes me know that the Lord used me to impact them in a positive way. So I implore you, my fellow aviators, when you're thinking about what you're going to do once you graduate, why don't you consider becoming an impact person, a true influencer, a changer of lives? Become an educator. Thank you.
How did Alliance influence you as a person?
Well, when I grew up in Alliance, it was back in the olden days, we used to say it was in a neighborhood. I lived on Pike Street, and you really knew your neighbors. I mean, it was the type of neighborhood where we played games and we would play hide and seek at night. No one was afraid. Everyone knew each other. And the school was right across the street from me, Franklin Elementary School. I think that made a very positive impact on me. And my relatives, I had many aunts and uncles and cousins that were there for me, and it really helped me.
What advice could you give the young people today that are attending Alliance High School?
I would say pursue the thing that you love. I was fortunate to be able to find a job that I could utilize all of my gifts and skills. And if you do the thing that you love, don't worry about the money, because you know what? The money will come. But do what you love, and you have to go on to higher education. It doesn't have to be a 4-year school, it could be 1 or 2 years, but you must go for further education. And also, I would say that you should always surround yourself with positive people and find you a good mentor.
Sheila Cherry was born and raised in Alliance. She graduated from Alliance High School in 1973 and attended Stark State College in Canton. She has been married for 37 years to her husband, Daniel Cherry Jr. They have 2 children and 2 granddaughters. Currently, she serves as a councilwoman for Alliance City Council. Before her time as a councilwoman, she worked in a variety of industries, including banking, accounting, travel agent, and education. For her, the most rewarding aspect for all positions was the interaction with people and the opportunity to provide excellent customer service. Councilwoman Cherry is a co-founder for Johnson's Athletic Club, a 55-year-old nonprofit organization providing educational and recreational purposes for families of the Alliance area. The Johnson's Athletic Club has sponsored a number of local sports and community enrichment activities for area residents that include men's, women's, and girls softball, boxing, bowling, and volleyball teams. While serving on the City Council, she serves as the chairperson and board member of the Property and Lands Committee, board member of Streets and Alleys Committee, and Community Development. Councilwoman Cherry continues to be an advocate for social service programs for the citizens of Alliance, partnering with the Greater Area Urban League, Stark County Community Action Agency, Stark Alliance, ACLU Civil Rights, and the local nonpartisan camp. Prior to being elected to the City Council in 2012, she was elected as president of the Martin Luther King Viaduct Advisory Commission in August 2006. She is also a member of the Alliance Area Democratic Club, a poll worker for the Stark County Board of Elections, a former coach of the Alliance Marlington girls softball team, and a former employee of the Alliance Middle School.
My name is Sheila Cherry, and I am grateful and humble for the consideration of the Pathfinders. I just know that as a person, a mother, and a grandmother, I've always been about children and education, and I can't thank the Pathfinders enough for the generous award that was bestowed upon me.
How did growing up in Alliance affect you?
Growing up in Alliance with the parents that I had, they were awesome. Mom and Dad always let us know, the 5 girls, it was about service to other people, and that you didn't have to have money to be somebody. The only thing that ever separates people in general is a 0. And it was never about money. It was always about service, love, and taking care of one another.
What advice do you have for the kids growing up in today's world?
In the times that we are in now, it saddens me to know that our children have to go through pandemic, social racism, systematic injustices. But those are trials. God only gives you things in your life that you can overcome. And for every youth on the face of this earth, they got to remember to always dream big, because there's nothing that we can't do. And I, as a supporter of youth, we're behind you. Whatever you do, you got backers to support you. And that's what basically, it saddens me that the kids have to go through, but it's just nothing but a hurdle. We all have to go over hurdles. All of your life, you're going to have to go over obstacles. All of your life, there's going to be rules and policies. All of those can be changed for the betterment of everybody if we all stick together. And it's so simple as to say, be kind and think and dream big. That's how we're going to get over this. You guys are our solution to the ills of the world.